Welcome back to ESL Pro League. This is going to be an epic night, I tell you that, and I'll tell you that with the most upfront honesty. 14 teams battling out for a spot this Spearcast and Finn Arena, all about the road to Odin's, their journey for a prize share of over £1 million. That's what they're trying to steal. But nonetheless, let's get into the games. Up first, I need to introduce the main man with me, the brain box on this desk. It is the wonderful Snods.
Hello, Lola. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm
buzzing
as well.
I was about to call you Jack then.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know. It's just habits. What can I say?
He's been the buddy though, right? He's taken you through pretty much the majority of Pro League. How's that been for you?
It's been good. It's been good. Obviously, it's my second week now. Just want to give a shout out to Jack. Hope it's all well, and I hope, best wishes in recovering with whatever we've got to do IRL. But enough of that. Long week, and I'm happy to be back. Yeah,
it certainly is. Exciting to be here nonetheless, of course. It's going to be good. Of course, got to thank Intel. I do want to get that in straight off the bat. Intel made this show happen. That's the reason we're here in Leicester right now, bringing you these games. So Intel, if you're out there, we do appreciate you. That's what counts. What do you think about Intel?
Of course, yeah. Got to respect the people that make this stuff happen.
There we go.
And nothing but respect for them.
Either way, let's go into the standing. Let's see what madness has gone on throughout ESL Pro League so far. Of course, already looking at Fnatic claiming that top spot, which is exciting to say the least. Of course, FaZe, number 2.
Obviously, 7-1 record for Fnatic there at number 1. FaZe Clan shortly behind at 6-2. Things that are standing out for me right now, Brian, is the fact that LDLC and Team EnVyUs, 11 and 12th of their positions on the podium right now. And these are the players, or the teams, coming up first. We'll talk about that in just a little bit, of course. Top 6 teams are the ones that go to LAN. So for a team like LDLC, who haven't actually played as many games, 6, whereas EnVyUs has played 8, this is pretty much a must-win.
It's funny that you mentioned these two teams, and the funny you slip in the phrase must win as well. Let's take a look at the schedule and explain what that's all about, as tonight we have LDLC versus EnVy facing off right up against each other in our first best of 2, and then of course Fnatic up against Heroic coming right after that. On the main stream, of course, it is Hellraisers versus Navi and North versus Mouse. Any games that stand out to you right now as being spectacles?
I mean, on paper, you've got to be putting the Fnatic Hellraisers one as the best matchup. Just because Fnatic right now, top of the leaderboard, Heroic have been doing very good online as well. But of course, then again, the history, the actual match and the storyline behind LDLC versus EnVyUs is a lot more tasty.
Well, everyone loves a French battle, right? Seeing these two teams come out right up against each other, really kind of get in each other's faces. It's a match that you can get behind as supporters, especially for the French scene, but also just as the European scene as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, for EnVyUs right now, you saw on the leaderboard, they are 2-7 currently in Pro League, and for them, obviously, what's the chance they're making top 6 at this point? They've already played 9 games. There's not too many games left to be played, and they've still got to try and somehow basically jump up another 6 positions as they were currently at 12th. So for LDLC, maybe there's a chance. They've already played 6 games, gone 3-3, obviously casted them 2 weeks ago versus Hellraisers and whatnot. They went 1-1 versus them. But for me, it's more so LDLC's game to lose, just in terms of the podium right now. But of course, EnVyUs, they need wins right now because they don't want to be in a situation where they're playing those relegation matches.
This is quite a common situation in Pro League, isn't it? We see a lot of teams, especially as we begin to round things out in Pro League, have to start making these quick sprints, these important wins, these almost do-or-die matchups. You know, we saw it in Season 5, we saw some epic games there, but in Season 6, arguably much more heated because of the national rivalries as well.
It's not just that, I think it's also new rosters. So for example, looking at Hellraisers, the start of the league, they were playing fairly, God, what's a blunt way to put this? Awful. Let's just say it like that because...
let's be honest.
Yeah, watching their play, compared to how it was recently, the Epicenter qualifier, I know you're casting that one. You can talk, so we'll speak about that a bit more. But watching Hellraisers and other teams that are making recent roster changes, I mean, LDLC is one of those teams, taking out Mystery for Devil, but again, touch that just a second. But you change these rosters just before Pro League because you have that 2-week break in between seasons, and what is it, the player break?
The player break,
yeah, exactly. So you have those 2 weeks, and then you field your lineup, which is obviously very stressful. Doesn't take one day. It takes weeks and weeks of negotiations. You field your lineup, and then suddenly, bang, you're straight into Pro League. And that's why you're seeing teams sometimes start off slow. Hellraisers, for example. I mean, LDLC, as I mentioned before, they swapped out Mystery for Devil. Obviously, Devil from previous EnVyUs. So there's actually 2 caveats to that one. LDLC, obviously now having Devil, who former EnVyUs player. And also the flip side, XMS, former LDLC, now an EnVyUs. So it's actually... well, what's the word I'm looking at? Basically, swap roles in that scenario, and there's a lot of history and rivalry going into this matchup.
What you just dropped on me there is an absolute knowledge bomb, and really kind of summed up there has been a hell of a lot of roster changes amongst so many different teams, whether it's French teams or it's looking even at FaZe. I mean, that's a team in itself, right? The super team almost. But one way to get a good idea of how a game is going to go down is to take a look at the odds. And Betway, they're here to support us on this ride as they provide odds for this one. 2.6 for LDLC,
wow.
Envy 1.44.
Wow, well, so Betway expecting EnVyUs to take this one.
Yeah.
This is a very good bet. When you're looking at recent online form, especially the Pro League statistics as well, and the podium and whatnot, EnVyUs right now have a worse win rate than LDLC do. And we look at the maps as well. Cash, Nuke, no strange, well, I say no strangers, but no strange maps to LDLC. So if you're betting people out there, I'll definitely be putting money on this one. LDLC should probably go 1-1 or even 2-0 potentially, depending on how the recent form is for EnVyUs.
I like the fact you believe in the 1-1. For me, I'm kind of beginning to ride this kind of RPK hype train, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
He's been playing some great Counter-Strike the past 3 months, really has.
Obviously, that was on LAN, right? Obviously, for E-League, they went 2-1 versus NIP and qualified for the playoffs in that tournament. But that's LAN. Obviously, they're traveling back. There might be jet lag. There might be what's the word I'm looking for? Overplayed. I'm trying to think of so many ways to articulate
Not as focused.
Yeah, potentially. You just qualified for E-League. The adrenaline's high. You're all hyped, and you play an online best of 2. But then again, right? This best of 2 is massive for them. Currently at 12th, they cannot slip to 13th, 14th because for an organization and a team with history such as EnVyUs, major champions, under maybe not that roster, but under that organization, they can't let that slide down.
So I want to talk about map number 1 individually. That is going to be Cash. So take me through the mindset right now if you're LDLC going into this.
Well, obviously, the first week of Pro League, actually, LDLC did beat out Hellraisers on Cash. Casted that game, I believe it was overtime, 19-17, 19-16, sorry, something like that. And that was a very slow, grinding style of game. That's sort of the game style, the game plan that Existence really instills in his rosters. More of that slow approach. You take map control. From map control, you can stun yourself fakes because you have control of the real estate across the map. You're forcing the CTs back on the T sides. For me, it comes down to the terrorist side on Cash especially. Usually on most maps, you're looking at Train, Inferno, Overpass, you name it. It's usually 6-9, 8-7 in favor of the CT side, but for me, I feel like we're going to be seeing some heavily favored T sides from both these teams.
Well, you've laid it all out perfectly. Now it is time for us to get into this one. The first game of this day of ESL Pro League. Team LDLC over on that CT side, EnVyUs over on the T side, and it's aggression from Devil straight into a main, but met by a Glock shot from Sixer to push him right on back.
Happy as well towards door. He would have heard the player jumping in towards a main, so they know that the CT side LDLC are getting close. This Existence boosted towards Vent. EnVyUs holding for the slow default. They're expecting Existence to call something hard and fast to try to catch EnVyUs off guard, but instead, EnVyUs are just trying to feel out the opposition as they slow things down. LPK still holding for the B push, but actually you can see the heavy rotation right now, the heavy stack. 3 players towards A right now from LDLC on their CT side, as they're opting and hoping that EnVyUs eventually play their hand towards A.
Alex going to be showing face in towards mid, holding the angle for Scream. But it is just rotations at this point for Envy as they do still cluster up towards that site.
2 of these smoke and flashbang as well. They can smoke highway here, flash out. Then again, they could also go for the door burst, but it's going to be 4 towards their main. Happy could be boosted here, I'm not quite too sure. Might want to lurk towards middle and try to get it behind highway. Anyway, the smoke comes out. Here comes the flashbang and the assault towards A.
They're slow and steady, and they're not actually biting the bullet. The contact play, sure, it comes through. Finally, they make the cross, and Toinu suddenly under pressure, taps on away, finds just the one kill. Scream, an instantaneous frag right back for him. Oh, Sixer, that's nice to find. Actually gets a dunk on towards Alex as well, so a comical way to find the kills. The Scream will then get the plant, leaving Maniac in Existence to try and bring this one back, but they have the kit, and that is going to be crucial for the time they can play with. Existence tries to push on towards 4, has a bit of an awkward fight and will be traded thanks to that, leaving Maniac in a dire squad, a 1v3, being peeked from every single angle almost. No chance in hell. Envy with a pistol.
Yep, obviously EnVyUs there. They held for the aggression from the CT side. LDLC didn't really want to show face just yet. They held passive. They had a good read there from Existence. They had 3 towards A. The problem was they stacked 2 players towards highway. As soon as that smoke came in and Alex was headshot instantly and digged down to 1 HP, he was effectively useless. It left Toinu alone towards quad and going 1 for 1 in that scenario, giving up the bomb site in a 4 versus 4. Toinu definitely had to go larger there. Anyway, it's going to be the 4 spike coming out from the CT side. 5 just a Kevlar as well right now from LDLC, which means no AWP going into their first buy round in case LDLC do lose this round here. That could be extremely impactful, especially on a map like Cash, when you want your AWP to be heavily present towards B. Toinu definitely has a lot of finesse with that weapon. Anyway, from EnVyUs, again, another slow round. They're holding for the aggression from LDLC, but right now, LDLC, they're not taking the bait.
At the end of the day, this is just a pretty passive default from Envy. They've got players in upper red and mid, looking at Scream, of course, from that perspective. You've got players in A main. It's pretty much just tying back that aggression, just like you depict. problem is LDLC, they're not making any pushes. You've got Devil spotting main, but that's about it.
Another problem as well right now is LDLC have 3 more smokes plus the one that Devil just deployed towards A main. What they can do now is force the clock down across the map and funnel in EnVyUs towards one stack of the map. Try and stack there with good information. Let's see, you can see B main is smoked, they're holding off the aggression, now the rotations come in, but unfortunately for Maniac he already falls.
Existence going to be under pressure here, playing towards headshot, fires off a few with the Deagle, but RPK does knock him down for the double. The MAC-10 making itself some Skrilla. Trying to play from heaven will be Alex Scream, tagging him down. Another kill added to the bank of Envy. At this point, the situation is all but dire. LDLC with pistols trying to get close, but Happy farming up on towards Tunu, leaving just Devil last man standing. Could maybe try and find a pick, but a weapon, even that's not all that great. I mean, he's got Kevlar, right? He's got the smoke. There's value in that for LDLC at least.
Yeah, at this point, you might as well just say, if you have Kevlar, seize that on the smoke grenade, you can literally smoke B main, have a heavy stack towards A if you want to try and funnel EnVyUs back towards A site and stack it onto the next round when you are on full eco. One thing I didn't notice, actually, look at the roster from EnVyUs. Who's missing?
XMS, and I was curious about this. I wasn't sure if XMS was just pulling out a typical name because I've seen it do this in the past, but yeah, XMS or Haji right now on the roster.
Yes, Haji. Have you seen EnVyUs Academy play at all?
No, not once.
So
the name is actually brand new to me on the back of that.
Really? Yeah. So, EnVyUs Academy played in the Elite Series and obviously casted that. Haji was one of the 3 star players across the whole of the tournament. It was basically Freddy B, bit of Smooya, Haji and Jax from EnVyUs Academy. And now it seems like he's going to be fielded in right now to sub in. And what a great experience that is, especially for a lesser experienced player joining the main roster in a Pro League match. But then again, how will that affect their CT side? On your T side, you can wing it a bit more. But again, I guess we're about to find out. Heavy aggression here towards B from EnVyUs. Happy going to call the fast play here. And it's a good read because look at the stack. All players towards A right now from LDLC.
Yeah, Existence at least towards mid will here. Roughly what's going on and starts to rotate over, but perhaps a little too late to the party. And the whole of MV are pretty much embedded on towards B at this point.
Yeah. 3 MAC-10s as well. You want to be boosting these MAC-10s up towards Vent, have them push CT, have them push towards mid-main potentially. Try and find these unarmored opponents. Even if you die, you're giving away a MAC-10, which is fairly useless in the hands of an unarmored opponent. Even into the next round as well if you want to buy Kevlar with that one, sacrifice 3 and 4 buy. But you want the $600 per kill from those SMGs. Sixer as well, the Scout. Not really the most viable weapon going into the buy rounds, but then again, it can still have its perks. Alex really going down. Happy as well, going to whip out the USP. So 2 kills already. Right now for LDLC, when you're on the full eco, you want to try and get 2 kills. The reason being is 2 kills when you've effectively spent, you can see there, 1.6k on your buy. You take out 2 kills from EnVyUs, you're looking at $6,000, $7,000 taken out of their economy. So in terms of how you weigh that up, that's how you want to try and make it worth it. But nevertheless, we're going to round number 4 and the first buy round here on cash.
This is going to be the big one for LDLC. But also, you look at the perspective of Envy. They have those 3 SMGs. They still have that Scout. That plays a bit of an interesting dynamic on how LDLC have that. Ooh, that's okay. What do you think of this?
So, 4 going towards A. It might be a 2 towards door, 2 towards A main split. Sometimes you see this on pistol rounds to catch the T's off guard, but let's see what happens.
Just the buy itself, though, 4 UMPs, that's certainly not what I was expecting. More looking towards the rifles, but nonetheless, that push comes through. The double squeaky play.
That's not worth it.
Butt hoods.
Yeah, that's not worth it. Happy's heard 2 players going main. They see 2 towards door. They know there's maximum 1 player towards B. And our Maniac with the UMP, he uses all his utility as well. The smoke and flashbang's been deployed. It's all down to him. Can he go huge?
First flash is good, but without a second, things get very, very dire. The smoke buying him at least a bit of time to play with, but he needs some support. Alex should be in heaven, throws down a molly to try and deny Haji from coming through headshot, but the sprays for the smoke are perfect from Envy. Pressuring him further and further back. Alex holding on towards CT. This now a battle of timing. Alex completely unaware that CT had been pushed, but will swing on around Scream, aiding in that kill, surprisingly so. Leaving just Sixer.
Sixer wasn't the 1v4. But Devil will take him down. So EnVyUs, if you Happy even. Happy's towards door. He has 2 players go towards door. Or sorry, sees 2 players towards door. He hears the flashbang, the steps towards A main. As a bare minimum, Ryan, you've heard 3 players towards A, and you are alone A. So you can give that information, especially as the IGL as well, to try and go towards B. You know there's going to be probably 1 middle, or, 1 middle and 1 towards B. So effectively you have a 4 versus 1 towards that B site. Or if you go for a B split, 2-2, 2 versus 1 towards middle, 2 versus 1 towards B, the vent split should be able to pull that one off. Instead, as soon as they saw that smoke from Maniac, it saw as if it was like deers in headlights, right? They just suddenly stopped. They waited towards B main, but they waited too long. The rotations came in through CT. The CT smoke faded. They had to get really risky with the plays. You saw the flashbang came in towards CT. Alex was able to warden off that and get that kill towards CT onto RPK, I believe. But that's the problem. They waited too long. Their utility ran out. And the LDLC effectively ran in.
We talked a lot about the negatives of the round, though, and how it's harmful for Envy, but we've not talked about the positives for LDLC. They bought into the round with a lot of UMPs. They didn't go for any rifles or anything like that. They really were careful about their economy. Getting the win, getting the kills they did, take a glance at how much money they've now got to play with.
Yeah, what was strange as well was the fact that they actually bought down to 1.8k. And that surprised me because actually does it. Let's have a think. Why have they bought down to 1.8k? They're at a 3-round. They were at a 3-round loss bonus. If they had lost that round, it'd be 4-round loss bonus. That's 3.4k. Actually, sorry, it would have been 2.9 before the 3.4k. So 1.8 plus 2.9, 4.8k. They could still buy up. Okay, imagine they lost that round. They still could have bought up into this round regardless. So Existence there, calling for the quasi buy, the half buy, leaving enough money on their balance to be able to go in with a full buy into the next one and maybe not take so many risks, play more of a generic CT side 2-1-2 style of setup, maybe a 1-3-1. Something you see more commonly. But anyway, regardless, a smart play there from Existence and very well managed as well in terms of their economy. You can see multiple players now sitting about 5,000 or more. And what's crucial as well is the fact that a few of the LDLC players picked up AKs from the dead corpses of EnVyUs. So it's extra cash that you basically avoided from upgrading from the UMP to an M4 into round number 5. But of course, EnVyUs, after winning the pistol and the other rounds following that one, they can still buy up into round number 5 AKs for them. No AWP, no scout, sorry, as well. For 6 are just here. But now we're going to be seeing round number 5. What's the play and the call going to be from Happy?
It's certainly got a lot of questions to ask now about how they can come back from such a devastating defeat. But it looks like just a default. They have got players outside towards that A site, so could be seeing some smokes.
And this is what I meant, more of a generic setup. 1-3-1, 3 towards 1. They can actually counter boost as well. If they counter boost right now and come behind the players A main, this could be catastrophic for EnVyUs.
Oh, Toinu gonna miss the first shot, goes for the second, lines him up, knocks him down, peeks out, lands a frag on towards Sixer, but Haji does secure the trade. A bomb plant now gonna be secured, a Scream, back on the one-taps, punishes Maniac Devil at it again on towards Happy. Envy may well be in a tough spot, they may well not have the advantage. But with that bomb ticking down, they try and retake a main. Scream. A rough fight, but it does pay off. Alex straight out the door, but he's caught off guard, somewhat unaware of the fact that Scream is still in a main. And that puts it all on towards Devil. Should know exactly what's going on. Has himself a smoke, gonna go straight for the stick play. The balls on this man are absolutely huge, but no one is facing him. He'll get away with it. Scream will punish him, but the round still goes to LDLC.
Yep. You saw what happened there. They played the 1-3-1. That might be a read. This is one of the things that happens when you do see domestic games or the French derby, or any derby at that, when you are having domestic teams players. Each team knows the opposition well. Ex-teammates, for example, with Devil and XMS, maybe a read from Existence is that if EnVyUs don't go heavy towards boost and heavy towards middle at the start, then they don't actually go towards middle, and that could be the reason to go for the call boost as soon as they saw nothing aggressive towards middle at the start, and they came in behind with a flank, and obviously having the information that there's no one A main makes a massive difference going for that retake. But nevertheless, no players staying alive for LDLC, so that will damage the economy. But thankfully for them, they did get the round. It's going to be 2-3 as we go into round number 6. EnVyUs with another buy. 6 up. Going to be having the AWP that was retrieved by Scream. And the AWP now, again, onto Toinu. 2 massive kills from him, and he did actually leg up a player as well last round onto quad. And right now, he's going to be soloing towards A. 2 towards middle, and 2 towards that B bomb. So the bomb as well outside B. EnVyUs, they're just playing that slow default. They're holding for any aggression, but Toinu actually manages to catch Happy trying to walk through that smoke grenade. And now the man deficit, RPK is going to get aggressive.
Very aggressive from him, and well, it makes it work, but a worrying spot as the trade is almost easy, and at this point this feels almost too wacky. Scream does land the headshot, so the saving grace of the round and gives Envy a chance. But I'm looking at a T side that is stuck. Alex has so much time to work with coming through the back of B main.
Kits for the CT side as well, if they do want to play retake, but look at Alex's position right now. Should be able to catch Haji off guard, and he does just that. Scream was low towards checkers, and now it's going to be 6 to last alive, 1 versus 3 towards default.
What can he possibly do? Just going to be holding for that B main peak and try and take the 1 versus 1s if they do come his way. But utility being put on through forces him out of position. That molly licking away, just burning. Tick from tick. Devastating round for Envy. And I think it did come down to the fact that they were slow to get to the site.
It depends really, because they were slow, but I think what they're trying to do is have the fake from Happy. So obviously Happy knows that Chunu is going to be opening towards the A site. He sees the smoke towards A main, and he's hoping that Chunu's playing towards quad again like it was in the last round. If you're playing towards quad, sometimes on the T side, you can actually walk through that A main smoke towards Forklift side and try and catch the player off guard. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to take that 1 versus 1. If he had killed Chunu there, force the rotation from the CT side, have EnVyUs go towards the B site as a 4 versus... It's basically 4-1 style of CS, which we see very commonly now, or sorry, in the past. But that style of play to force over rotations and then try and take the site when there's less defense there was the plan of action. But unfortunately, as soon as Happy died, you saw the instant reaction from RPK, just thinking, okay, this plan's over. I'm going to try and make this a 4 versus 4, which he did do and gave a chance to EnVyUs.
Talking about taking a chance, door was opened, a shot was flung through, and it did lead to a reward. Haji did fall, Scream out towards Forklift, catching Devil with his pants down. Toinu, a nice flick to return the favor. Coming in for another kill. Toinu, please, the second! So beautifully crafted. Can he go for the third? The bomb trapped in his arms, taking the slow peek. Sixer, post on the angle, will find the kill, but it's a 1v3 that he needs to achieve. No information to work with, aware that Highway likely to be pushed, but still CT, along with A main, so many problems, throwing a defensive flash almost, but Alex is going to be wrapping around, catches him off guard again. And LDLC, 4-3 up. The double up setup coming into play.
And with that double up setup as well, you can just go for 1 up towards A, 1 up towards B, and have 3 players play towards middle. And you can do the exact same again if you're Existence. If there's no mid presence early on, go for the boost, the counter boost towards middle, and get behind the players A main. But obviously it's going to be the half buy coming from EnVyUs. They're going to be sitting around $3,000. They can buy up into the next round. Let's see if they group together versus the AWP, if they can try and overpower Existence.
That's nice. Jump on over. Existence actually missing the shot. Buys the time. Maniac slipping in from the side. Going to whiff a huge spray as he's completely blind. Giving EnVy a pretty good chance to actually cross towards this B side. Devil tapping from CT, having a crack at a few kills, and they are actually falling into his arms as it is just going to be body shot after body shot. That cements EnVy in the ground. Scream on one tap, but not the second. Alex again with the trade. And LDLC do take it 5-3, but that was just a few pistols for EnVy. This is the round that counts as they will be fully investing.
Yeah, but then again, they did actually take out 3 weapons from the CT side, so that will dent the economy a fair bit. You can see right now after drops come through, 2 players right now at $700 and $400, so their money is susceptible to potentially being broken if EnVyUs can change a few rounds together. I think they saw as well as they know that the double up setup is 1 up towards A, 1 up towards B. Can EnVyUs exploit that? Go for a smoke towards B main, molly out checkers, flash in and try swarm the orb. Usually on your CT side, if you think that the T side is trying to come to you and your AWP at B, you have a player play towards event, as he can be the backup player. Nevertheless, though, EnVyUs bomb outside mid main. Again, another slow default here being called by Happy, trying to see if he can feel out the opposition. Is they trying to see any tendencies or any signs of any give and tells from the CT side? But then again, obviously, being the domestic teams going at each other, I'm sure they're very familiar as to which...
Look at the counter boost that LDLC might be going for right now. The position of Maniac and Alex coming in crucial as Alex does get himself on over. Watching for Scream, a double kill, walking right into his arms. Simple as anything.
But it's the exact same thing I mentioned before. If there's no early mid control from EnVyUs, they're not holding for it, and it allows for the counter boost to exploit that weak default. So now the 2-man advantage here. LDLC are looking strong in their CT side cache. I mentioned the preface before this one. The T sides are going to be so prevalent right now for both these teams, especially as EnVyUs are fielding in a substitute.
That's such a huge factor, because if EnVy start to fall behind on their T side, that CT side arguably is where it's going to be harsher having that sub, as you alluded to right from the get-go. You got to have some concerns, but it's still around they can have a crack at. But again, Alex on the flank. This is like the 4th time I've seen this guy get these crucial flank-based frags. That's 2 for him. Toinu going to finish it off, taking down Happy. LDLC, they click their fingers, they get themselves double up against what EnVy have 6-3. At least EnVy can spend some money if they want it. I mean, it's a choice they can make. Sixer and Happy both on the lower side of things, but Haji, RPK, and Scream, they got something. But no, they can opt for the pistols. The CZs again, the half buy.
Alex right now, 13 kills and 4 deaths. Definitely putting a performance here. And these are crucial kills. These aren't eco kills. These are aggressive, impactful information plays He's getting through
right
side.
place, right time.
Talking about aggression though, here comes Devil.
Straight in again towards A main, gets himself a kill, doesn't go for the second, just throws the defensive molly. Has to be cautious of door. Haji thinking his teammate there. As Devil can now just go for the open spray, whips down his sidearm, allowing him to relocate towards site. Toinu missing the AWP shot again, but given a second chance at life. As Devil finds the headshot and the kills all start to begin to come on through. A nice molly. It's not really needed at that point because Devil will find the kills, but still the insurance for LDLC. They hit themselves 7-3.
Yeah, what's crucial as well is the fact that a few of these rounds have been close, right? Remember the last half buy from EnVyUs, 3 players died. Round before that, 2 players died. But versus that half buy, the quasi buy from EnVyUs, you can see 4 players carrying forward into the next round. That means only 1 player needs to be dropped. $10,000 right now for Toinu. And LDLC, they have bank. And when you have more money, you can take more risks. So let's see if we're going to see any of that. Devil goes for the same aim and smoke. They might go for the counter boost here as well. They haven't shown this one just yet. On their CT side, they have almost like a checklist, right? Most teams do this where you're thinking in your head, what haven't I done yet? What haven't I shown yet? If you do the same things over and over again, you build habits and you become readable, that's how teams can definitely exploit you, especially when you're playing on your CT side. Nevertheless, though, AWP now towards mid. Toinu, he's been raining havoc towards that A side with the AWP, and Existence is called for him to change up his angle of approach and see if he can have an impact here towards sandbags.
I like this too because it's almost expecting Envy to walk out in the way that they are currently planning to, which is the wide peak potentially. And if that does happen, that's a kill for Toinu almost guaranteed. That's
the thing though, this is a one and done position usually. He gets that first kill, but thankfully it isn't heavy mid control again from EnVyUs. Toinu, he gets that 1 kill, he's able to slip away as well with the flashbang that was thrown by Alex. Usually in that scenario, you get 1 kill, you get mollied out, you get flashed, you get mollied, usually go down. Nevertheless though, 7-3, 4 round advantage right now for the CT side of 40 seconds left. Happy trying to go for the wall bang, nearly lines it up. Lucky for him, just a bit far to the right. And now the Shroud Boost should be able to maul these players down.
Oh, this is just a bloodbath at this point. Why even try? EnVyUs being put in the grave, punch after punch. LDLC making this look easy at this point. And it's not just because they're getting all the kills, because I don't want it to be coming across as almost a bit of an easy comment to make, really, us not putting effort in. No, I actually think LDLC deserve a lot of credit for their reads of the game. Everything they're doing is so incredibly smart.
Yeah, but it's very intelligent, don't get me wrong. But then again, it's are EnVyUs going heavy towards middle? No, okay, we're going to counter boost, and the counter boosts have worked twice. That's 2 rounds. You win 2 buy rounds, you look at extra eco rounds. So in terms of, well, you remember the pistol, they lost that. They've won 8 gun rounds following that one. And one thing to note as well is EnVyUs haven't won a round since winning the pistol versus the force buy and then versus the eco. They've lost 8 on the trot now. And it seems like their T side, is falling fairly flat. Right now from EnVyUs, what I'll be calling, you know Existence is going to be AWPing, or was AWPing, towards B, and he still is. Can he try and exploit that? Obviously, Toinu, far more prolific with the AWP. We've seen some crazy shots already from him towards A. Do you smoke towards B main, or maybe do crisscross smoke towards mid, go for a vent split? Then again, they're actually going to be taking 2 players towards B this time. No longer are they playing that 1-3-1 setup. Existence knows that EnVyUs have no success towards middle, so they're going to try go to one of the sites.
Maniac knows exactly what's going on. Existence will die, but Maniac with the refrag peeks up for the second, but Sixer will win the duel. That's an advantage for Envy to work with, and Sixer going to take the sprint towards the site thanks to that, knowing it should be clear.
Alex now towards mid-main. Here's the rotation, because a nice headshot to Haji. The stand-in is down. And now in the 3 versus 3s, the CTs have kits, Molotovs, and utility. Devil has to get the huge kill onto Scream, which he does. And they know 1 player is towards mid-main. They know that it's isolated now. Sixer's alone towards B.
This is where things could get tough as Sixer will fool. It's all on Happy. Has to come in through vent. They have no idea he's coming. That should have been communicated, but it isn't. Making a 1v1 happen. Happy with the headshot. Toinu standing atop the boxes, but doesn't even take the scope.
Alex, here's the steps. He kills 1. He spots the other player trying to shoot back at him. He goes through vents. He gets the huge kill onto Scream. Opens up the site. Leaves Sixer alone in a 1 versus 3 essentially towards B. They get the kill on Sixer. Surely they should know that he can come through vent, through mid-main. Then again, obviously hindsight is 2020, and in the moment it's a lot harder to read those situations. As we go into round number 13, even though they won the round, RPK is forced onto a Z that his economy hasn't been able to establish so far into this first game here. 8-4, EnVyUs, after winning the pistol, they need 6 rounds here. They need a 96 score, and they need to win that pistol and have some momentum on their CT side, because otherwise this could be a very quick first map here, Ryan.
It's worth noting again, we've seen a simple adjustment in the way that LDLC are playing their mid. They're putting Alex close under boost, but he's staring straight in the sky now, crossing over on towards the vent side. Will be there to support B as the call has been made that RPK is showing a bit of face, a bit of presence with that CZ, and the molly back check is really going to add to that as a distance. A nice off angle, punishing RPK, but just losing a pistol means that this has been nicely done by EnVy.
They're trying to go for the double fake here. They've sent in one player first. They have screamed towards Boost trying to get that kill onto Existence, but they can't quite manage it. The bomb is towards B. They're going to fake A and go for the double fake. If you remember, Fallen spoke about this, where you send one player in to die towards one side of the map, you then go towards the other side of the map, you cause the fake, and then you go back towards B. And look at the rotation right now through CT spawn. Alex was towards B, and actually, he's getting cold feet, but will rotate through towards Connector. They're going to be leaving Maniac and Existence towards B site. Existence on 11 HP, a gust of wind. A pinch will take him down. Smoke comes out towards CT, and now comes the real attack and the real hit towards B.
Flashes are good. The angles are being checked, but can they come up through with the kills? Maniac starting to spray. Existence beginning to let rip. The kills all come through towards LDLC. 4 quick frags.
It's the reset as well here, Ryan. Look at their money. 1.4k onto Hadji. They're going to have to force this. Oh, do you save here? Do you save here and play for 10-5? The problem is when you play for a 10-5 half, you're putting so much momentum and emphasis on the pistol into the second half. Then again, if they save here, then they'll only have about 3.5k. They can't even buy AKs, but UMP buy. So they will be going for the force buy into this one. 6 up. Not buying Kevlar, going to be buying utility instead. So upgraded pistols. 2 CZs, 2 PT50s, and the Deagle onto screen. That's right now they're situated outside A. Smoke comes out towards B. Flashbang as well. Scream trying to sell some sort of a fake. But hasn't really... Oh, actually has sold a little bit. You can see the retake right now for LDLC. They know it's going to be pistols. Tunu doesn't want to get close to those CZs or those PT50s. He's playing far back. And let's see if LDLC can win the retake.
Cross smoke is good. CZ starting to do work towards Catwalk as Devil will lose his head swiftly as anything. RPK then going to get straight onto the plant. Got to be careful, of course, because LDLC were banking on this situation. They knew it was likely to go to a retake. That's kind of what happened. Tunu spots from Car in the way he has done.
4 versus 4 now. Kits, Molotovs and smoke for the CT side. As they smoke off MA and they can molly out Forklift as well.
Scream.
Especially now they know the Scream's there.
That is nice for a kill for him. Toynoop still trying nonetheless. Maniac going to try and work a few shots through the smoke. Oh, Hadji. Wrong place, wrong time. Meaning Happy is stuck in the door. Now he's won these in the past by just catching them by surprise. But it's a struggle. The P250 landing the shot. He gets the second. The Knight's coming out. Happy late to the party. The slash is not going to come through with a kill, but a good attempt.
10-4. And look at their money now. Thankfully, though, they get the plant, sorry, which means an extra $800 injected into their bank accounts. Let's see what the buy's going to be. Probably UMP's utility. Actually, no, going to be opting for the CZs instead. So, 6-run advantage right now for the CT side of LDLC after losing the pistol. This could have been 14-1 here, Ryan, or 13-1, something ridiculous in terms of the buy rounds. Existence will take control of B. And he is backed up by Maniac. Where's that ult from Tunu? It is towards A, of course. Devil pushes in towards A main. As soon as he spots no one A main here, Ryan, they're going to know exactly what the game plan is here from EnVyUs. We might even see an aggression. Maybe have Alex rotate towards vent. But nevertheless, it's going to be Devil rotating in towards highway. So, right now for EnVyUs, they still have some utility left, but only one smoke and flashes. They have to get the kills early here. I
like the fact that this is going towards CT. Maniac playing towards the back of site as well, just holding for this smoke push as Alex come flying in through vent. Hadji and Happy both get themselves kills apiece, but it still leads to a huge advantage for LDLC as it all falls to the arms of that substitute player. He's sitting in an academy lineup trying to make the leap to full-time pro. A chance to prove himself in all entirety, but this is a hard 1v3. 45 seconds to play with the bomb. Stuck upon center site. Likely to have no information either, really adding to his problems.
Yep, no information, no utility as well. It's not as if he can go for the smoke plant. And it's not as if as well the plant's going to make any difference. It's the final round of the first half, so...
Nonetheless, we have to cut away. We're going to be right back with you guys very, very soon. In the meantime, check a message from our sponsors. certainly a one-sided affair in the first half. A shambolic performance from Team EnVyUs. But a second half is where this will now kick off. Envy on their CT side trying to repair things.
Aggression towards mid of here from Happy. Obviously could go towards Vent as he's close towards mid main, but Alex should be able to catch off guard.
Ooh, big kills coming through. Sixer and Happy both finding one apiece. RPK as well. A headshot on towards Maniac. Gotta be careful, of course, as Devil will try and catch them by surprise. Play peekaboo through this door. But he's not ready to go just yet. He's playing time, waiting for his teammate, but he's being fought down in A main. RPK very confident just due to the situation. Devil now forced into a rough engagement. Nothing he could do. RPK loving the easy ones. A triple kill for him. As Envy, the perfect start. You get a pistol, puts you to 5th round. Get the economic advantage at the back of that. Life's feeling good for them if they can hold it together.
Yeah, but then again, Ryan, this is the second pistol which EnVyUs have won this game.
I'm a believer. Don't hate on me.
You mentioned one-sided affair for the first half. It's a good description because in terms of buy rounds, it went 11-1. EnVyUs won the pistol, they went 3-0 up, and they finished the half 11-4. So hopefully they can change that. They cannot lose versus the force play from LDLC, which they have gone for. It's going to be 4 Deagles, a Glock onto Maniac, so we can buy the extra smoke and flashbang. Hashtag nice guy. Alex will go down early though. It's going to be the man advantage here for the CT side.
Certainly good morning to Farm Not with these SMGs, but Existence will find the kill. The Deagle taking just 2 shots to the chest to finish off its target. It's RPK going to be just embedded in towards A main. Throws down the molly as well just to really stop the push from coming through. Envy not wanting to be tested just yet. I think that's a given.
Yeah, bomb towards door as well. Maniac ran out with the Deagle trying to see if he can get some entry towards middle. Good boost here from Happy. But then again, you're playing such an exposed angle, you might get 1 kill. And then once those pistols do fly out from A main, could be a fairly easy trade. Then again, the Maniac missing the shots towards middle. RPK as well. Towards mid, they will find both those kills, and Happy will decimate Devil. It's going to be 2 now last alive, and does get a second kill. On the side of LDLC, but that's all they're going to get. 6-11 with the scoreline here. And so far, EnVyUs have only picked up 5 rounds with the back of the pistol. So, can't really read into it too much. But then again, they did have 3 alive, and they still have 2 MP9s in play. Playing versus the full eco run out from LDLC, they're going to want to try and play very aggressive, get the kills on the MP9s and the SMGs, stack up some extra cash. So going into the buy rounds, they have money afloat just in case things go south and LDLC do take a few rounds. But for LDLC, one thing to note as well, Ryan, is the fact that they bought 5 sets of Kevlar and 5 sets of pistols, which means no AWP for Tunu in the first buy round. And we saw the impact he had on that CT side with the finesse and the shots he was hitting. Obviously on your T side, lacking an AWP like that. Let's see how they're going to call around that.
Deep smoke in towards B main, going to start the front, the push. Haji given a chance to make some serious money if they walk continuously in toward this crosshair scream. Embracing the kills as Tap Tap will be his name. Right after that, Envy 7-11 now.
So, going to be seeing the first buy round here in the second half. UMPs again. Okay, fool me once. What's the saying? I've forgotten it.
I felt like I knew where you were going with that,
yeah.
but I do the same thing every time I try it. It's why that saying has been put in the bin forever. It just
Something
never works.
about fool me twice, whatever. Right, you guys at home, you probably know what I'm talking
nice for Existence,
what I'm trying to say is, EnVyUs were caught off guard by it once. Will they be caught off guard by it again? I'm not quite too sure. Mac 10 as well for Devil, so instead of going for the full AK buy, they're obviously going to have method behind their madness. Oh, they could go for a sight wrap action, have those Mac 10s go through the smoke towards the site.
From Sixer, I have to interject. Look at this. This is completely just going to surprise them. Does miss the second follow-up shot, but that first kill is actually rather important. Happy. Smoked off, however. Quite a bit of an issue. Scream with the kill towards Alex, denying the very late boost.
Yep. Kids there for the CT side, so they can still wander around middle. I thought they were going to go for the counter boost, and actually they are. Going to catch Tunu off guard. Scream now from A main. Going to be the thorn in the side from LDLC as the pinch comes in across highway, car, and of course A main.
Playing towards Cardboard, Maniac has to be careful the minute he takes contact as he under so much pressure as he does find one. Devil as well for him. Maniac swinging out wide, finds Happy on the push. RPK now trying to clutch this one out. Kill number 1. Devil is low, but Devil with the shot to the chest clutches out the round. LDLC 12-7 as they shot Envy before they even get going.
Well, Devil's just saying thank you to Sixer for giving me the AWP. I mean, what? So obviously, if you're Sixer, you expect to be AWPing versus Tunu. Somebody who plays aggressive with the AWP, he tries to find picks. He is an aggressive AWPer, so you're going to play the off angle to try and catch him off guard so he peeks into your scope, right? Fair enough. Then again, he's caught off guard by that weird MAC-10 UMP buy that LDLC are throwing at them. And it has actually worked for a second time here. And when you win a round with MAC-10s and UMPs, your money is going to be so strong off the back of that. And you can see 4 AKs that all picked up off of Six's corpse, dropped over to Tunu, and let's see if he's going to have an impact like I expect he shall do.
Just to really cement that money point, I want to highlight, we're in round number 5 and we're already looking at teams with $5,000, $4,000 in the bank. That's huge. But either way, back to the round at hand. It is going to be that A main play. The flash came out, but it was just the one. RPK lurking through the smoke. Maniac beginning to fire on away. Alex and Existence both will find the kills. Happy missing every single pistol shot. Ooh. Trying to find the needle in the haystack, it seems.
Luckily, they have the smoke for highway, so they can cross back to the site of the bomb. Flashbang to retrieve it. Oh look, Maniac is low. Alex is right now the player towards Forklift. It's the player with all the HP. If he goes down, then there's definitely a chance here still for EnVyUs.
Yeah, but you're asking a big task of Alex. You're asking him to die. That guy was on fire in half number 1. He's hitting his shots in the second as well. Those taps were crispy. The round is solid. It's LDLC's 13th. Envy.
Sound like you're on a cooking show, mate.
What a surprise. That's not the first time you said that, I feel like.
Have I said that before?
That's been a running joke for a long time. That's a classic joke.
Oh, the pot. Yeah, no, I remember now.
Oh, the good old days.
Well, let's see what LDLC are going to be cooking up into this round, playing versus the Eco Devil. Going to be the butcher into this one. Going to be able to hack off players left, right, and center for the $600 a piece. Then again, though, what's the bone density of EnVyUs? Can they withstand the sheer pressure from those knives?
You're trying way too hard right now. I can feel the sweat almost radiating off your forehead.
That'd be really weird if you did. We're actually about a meter apart.
Who needs to be dramatic anyway? Let's screw that.
Anyway, Counter-Strike. Bomb is outside mid-main. You can see heavy presence here from LDLC towards the B-bomb side. It's a good read, of course, from Existence. Happy, under vent, is about to get welcomed by a lot of enemies.
Yeah, I think at this point, though, what can you do if you're Envy? Well, you can tap with some USPs, that's great, but you're being farmed by LDLC. That's pretty much all they really want to do, just charge at you, Devil. Get him to make some dollar.
Lambs to slaughter, some would say.
What have we started, honestly?
What have you started, mate? Anyway, though, obviously 5 players staying alive, and as I said, of course, the Caster's Curse comes into full effect. Devil will go down. Then again, you have the MAC-10, so what can you really do with that weapon? Obviously, if you have the MAC-10 and you get a kill with it, $600. There we go, he's dead now, I can talk. $600 for the CT side is pretty huge because this happened to me a couple of times where I've killed some of the USP, picked up the MAC-10, and I've got killed that MAC-10, got $600, and that $600 has meant a Molotov, smoke double flashbang, and a plethora of utility. Anyway, though, as we go into round number 22, 14-7, very one-sided affair here for LDLC as they're looking dominant. And right now, no AWPs right now for Sixer, and aggression towards middle.
Alex just going to run that out, Scream, completely blind Devil. The second frag on towards RPK. Happy, late to the party, but may well be the man to save it all. Nope, he's going to be taken down, only 1 kill. A trade is not what you want if you're Envy. Sixer at least with a 1-tap down towards Highway. But it's still a 2v3, you still have no idea what LDLC are doing. It comes down to Haji taking down Maniac. That could save things. If he doesn't, the round may well be lost. Because he doesn't know. They could be going B, they could be going A, he could be out mid right now. What on earth could Sixer possibly be thinking?
Yeah, he's made the right call, though. Existence going to be going back towards A. Smoke will fade soon as well. The question is, can the bomb cross before that smoke dissipates? And actually, I don't think it will.
That's why you have a second smoke, though. A little bit of a gap in it, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. Maniac getting tagged on through the smoke, but Toinu, a very long flank. These were a rewarding kill. 15-7. Look at how much Envy have to spend going into this.
Yep, round number 23 now. Match point here for LDLC. LDLC also have 8 match points to work with. So EnVyUs can need to win 8 on the trot. And I think the most sad thing about all of this, Ryan, is the fact that EnVyUs have 7 rounds, but 6 of those rounds off the back of the pistols.
Certainly has been tough, but this is where LDLC will look to put the final nail in the coffin. As Envy, they do take a main control. There's that going for them. What a surprise, they've done it nearly every single round on their CT half. Sixer with a kill on Devil.
Just ringing around the road to this point, isn't it? Happy has to go huge. The solo anchor here towards B. If he gets caught off guard, this could be the end of the first map already. Gets the first kill, but they don't know exactly where he is right now. The bomb isolated. Alongside him, there's going to be Existence. Let's see what the AWPer and the IGLN captain can do to hold off the B side. Oh my god, that is so nearly close but no cigar.
Oh, the Counter-Strike that we're witnessing as this game tries to come to
fruition.
That's one way to put it. Existence not going to go down without a fight. May well be a 2v4, but only done thanks to the kill that he's able to pick off. Oh, Alex on the big flag. This is for Alex, man. This is what he does. The double kill spray down. RPK. I said he was having a good performance the last 3 months, but I feel like at this point, things are going to suck. Oh, there we go. Does find the tap, so it doesn't quite come as we expect, but...
yeah, I mean, 15-8, match point here. Production just put the lights on. They thought it was over, but actually Alex won't be managed to take that one. So they still plunge on another day.
Can we describe that round as just comical?
Yeah, it was awful. It was awful.
I mean, there really wasn't much tactical Counter-Strike there.
Well, the thing is, for LDLC, they played aggressive towards it. They were hoping that... Sorry, EnVyUs were hoping that LDLC were just going to rush A, try to get things over with. That's why they went for the counter rush towards their main. Then they had the flank come in, and they stayed as a pack of 3. And then because you have a pack of 3, you have the isolated players across the map. They're getting picked off one by one. And then they left the pack towards Checkers, and then Alex came behind towards Ven. And then it was just... you can't really say it without this going over PG-13, but you can imagine what's going through my head. Anyway, 15-8. This is a scoreline. 7 more rounds to potentially play out if they want to force OT. This is EnVyUs I'm talking about. But of course, that means they cannot win in regulation here. They need to win 7 on the trot and then force OT. But they still don't have the full arsenal of weaponry. FAMAS there for Happy. No AWP onto Sixer. And only 1 kit as well onto Hadji. If Hadji goes down towards, I believe he's playing the B site, which he is currently. So if he goes down towards B and the bomb's planted towards A, there could be a fair kerfuffle going on around where that defuse kit is.
Worth noting as well, they have 1 smoke. That smoke has just been used as a defensive ploy towards the B site. Now banking wholly on flashes and a few mollies.
But then again, though, Ryan, 40 seconds left on the clock. They have 2 Molotovs. Hadji has a Molotov towards B. He can whittle down that clock an extra 6 seconds if he wants to use the molly now. But let's see if the stand-in can really do the job.
Molly does get thrown towards the back of Checkers. Trying to hold off the exit, but Maniac is pretty much out on headshot already. Alex as well will pick off Hadji. Catches in by surprise. A second kill on towards Heaven. Gonna go lock and key as Toinu takes down Happy as well. The round is crumbling as the kills are all secured. RPK, it's all on him. Done and dusted LDLC. They take map number 1. And in pretty comfortable form too.
Yeah, I think comfortable is an understatement there. Before it became 15-7, that was actually 1 buy round 1 by EnVyUs. LDLC losing both pistols and winning, well, having a 15-7, but winning 16-8 shows a very stark contrast in terms of how those 2 teams were playing on Cash.
For sure, of course, we do have a little bit of a video put together to show you some of the best moments from that game. So let's bring that up real quick as we can see exactly some of the key frags that were found. Excited to see kind of a lot of Alex in this one. I think that's a lot. But Scream here, for example, playing towards Forklift.
Look at this second shot here. I believe it was this one. Oh, that's disgusting. Obviously, he had the. I remember when he was walking up towards A site, he did have the right-eyed peek, so 6 had the advantage there. Devil just having a shooting gallery towards B, of course, just tapping away. This is the thing. This. If there's one clip to show, I think it's this one. This clip here capitalizes the read that Existence had on the T side from Happy. Constantly, he forced Alex to be from behind, in the rear, coming with incredibly strong flanks, and really cementing so many of those buy rounds. And that is the only buy round they won. That 1 versus 2 from Happy is the only buy round they won. So, and that was a 1 versus 2 round. So this could have been a whitewash.
I mean, this is a round they nearly lost as well. Alex given 2 kills and Checkers almost for free. Just very wacky play from EnVy. Yep. Often leaving so many areas of the map left unchecked and unaware of any kind of rapid push as well. I think LDLC were kind of given chances to be aggressive. We kind of talked about it as almost being a counterplay, and we talked about it a lot during the game. But for me, it feels so black and white. Existence has seen 1 step ahead of his opposition. Yeah,
but then again, how much weight can you really put towards that? It's going to be EnVyUs playing with a stand-in, missing XMS, and obviously you prac all those hours with your full lineup. You've just played E-League, beating NIP 2-1 in the best of 3 on LAN. You come home, you're playing with a stand-in, that adds to the excuses, and then you're playing online, you might be jet-lagged, that adds to the excuses, so...
I'm going to be blunt though, I'm sorry, but this is all about the road to Odin's. You want to share $1 million, you want to play in that arena.
Let's be honest here, Flakes.
You can't make
I don't
excuses.
think they're making Odin's.
You got to try for it. You got to make some money as well in terms of the finish on the standings, right? At the end of the day, I don't care if you finish 7th, 8th or 9th, you don't want to finish towards the bottom end of that.
You don't want to finish 13th or 14th and be in regulation matches.
That's basically the point, right? Like, you just don't want to finish right at the very... You don't even want to finish 12th or 11th, right? Like, let's be simple about it. It's just not a good place to be. Excuses are just that. Excuses. They're not there to be made. That's my point.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can see that. But then again, obviously, they're playing with the standards, so... Yeah.